the exasperation on the sideline over defensive rotations, the message that he's hammering home, not being emphasized by the team night in and night out, that's concerning to me. And listen, we can say injuries all year long. We can say COVID. Once again, because Josh Richardson got it all game long or all year long again. I heard Danny saying it, and he's not even the GM anymore, making excuses for the team on the interview that we talked about the other night. This just goes so beyond what they're missing and the inconsistency in the lineups and all that kind of stuff that you hear every single day with them. And I don't know. This week, you got to get an answer. You got to shake some things up in the lineup. You got to try some different things. So when you get to the end of this homestand, if you're well under 500, Brad Stevens upstairs knows it's time for a change here. And hopefully Jaylen's 100% when he comes back, and you can get a real answer on what it looks
again,
like with
I've got
too.
news for people. Their trades aren't fixing this because this isn't a team that's meant to be successful. This is a placeholder team that now for maybe a bigger plan down the road. There is no.
What about the TPE conversation? You know that's going to pick up, right?
I know, but like I said, it's
type of deal, but then it's not going to be. Yeah.
The best thing you're going to do for trades this year is to get worse, not better. You're going to dump people. You're not. Like this idea that like, let's trade everybody and get better. Like, who are you trading? There's nobody here that you're trading and getting better. You might get a team to bite on a guy like Schroeder at the deadline. That's going to make you worse. So that's it, and even that is questionable because again, what the baggage that he brings, he's.
Do you want to take a step back now, though? You want to make this even harder for the Jays?
What are we going to do? We're going to keep bringing in guys for half a season like Evan Fournier and letting them walk just so the Jays feel good about it and they can finish 500. But think that management had their back. Like, what's the point?
I think you put all your chips on the table right now and try to go big. This is the time to do it. I think next week there's going to be a lot of trade conversations. There's a lot of teams taking
a lot of teams will make trades to better themselves, and none of them will be the Celtics because they have nothing to trade.
They'll have nothing to trade if they don't put things out there in terms of
what
picks.
Things?
They have all their future picks. So do you want to go the picks route here and wait till 2024? Do you want to put it on the table now?
Again, if this fictional scenario,
what are you saying?
If this fictional ESPN report that
was
made up by a guy,
tell him about the Lillard thing.
But it's not. That was one guy theorized that if they gave 4 first-round picks, maybe they could get Lillard.
Hypothetically, Jimmy, would you do it?
4 picks is a lot. I mean,
the new big three. Dame in Boston.
Honestly, like.
Doing that stuff.
I think there's an opening in the East right now. I would probably do it and just throw caution to the wind. I am a little.
There's an opening in the East. Yes, I agree. I'm
a little hesitant because I think Lillard is showing signs.
Look at what the team.
Look at the landscape right now, Bobby. It's shaky. Philly.
I agree, Joe Sway, and with.
I think it gives you like 3 years of like championship contention. So to me, it's worth it. And you just kind of, there's a couple picks that you lose in the future. It was like one of them was like 2028, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's like. Who the hell knows what we dead by 2028?
Jimmy,
at this rate.
Jimmy, think about it. What has every team in front of you done? The Bulls send out 2 picks for Vucevic. The Bucks send out all their picks for Holiday. The Nets do it for Harden. Philly's about to do it.
But you could argue that the Bucks were closer. You know what I mean? It's very situational.
How far are you?
You have to
think 2 stars.
You have your 2 stars, but there's a lot of questions as to if these 2 stars are the 2 stars.
Because there's not much around them. What have we said all show?
If you think they are, then you make that trade.
Self-fulfilling prophecy here. You don't put a good roster around them these last 2 years. You come into the season knowing that this is going to be tough because you got a lot of young guys and a lot of unproven depth here. And then it is hard, and we go, wow, maybe these stars don't have what it
Bobby,
takes.
Anybody dangles a top 25 player, you take the deal because you're not going to get another chance at it. So yes, you make the deal. If there's something out top there 15. for picks, a top 20 something player, top 25 player, you make it because you'll never get that opportunity. It's not you can't make it happen in free agency. You make the salaries work. You move out whatever pieces.
And you don't have to get rid of your 2 stars. Yeah,
that doesn't involve your 2 stars. You take it. Almost
And
definitely.
If it doesn't work, then you got your answer.
But you got to take
right. I mean, like that would listen. I mean,
you take that swing. You take that swing. I just don't even know. It's
similar to what they did in 07. Now Kevin Garnett was a completely different
story. You just don't know if they take that
because he was like a culture changer. But it's a similar situation. I mean, I don't even know if it's similar. The Celtics were a completely different space.
It is, but it isn't. I know what you're saying, Jimmy. Yeah. It's more like what OKC is in the middle of doing. It's like, does Portland really want to do that? You know, because you would get this grand package of future picks, right?
It's kind of what the Nets did last year.
That's the cream of the crop of the deal, right?
You can look at the Nets and say,
and a couple pieces. You know,
you can look at the Nets and say, oh, so stupid. They did it with KG and Pierce, and they're doing it again. Well, look where they are, and they wouldn't be there if they didn't do it because of how this Kyrie thing.
They will win no titles.
I meant,
but I agree. I mean, they built.
At least they're in position to do it.
They
built like a title team.
They built a super team. They built a super team.
Yeah,
I think you look. Yeah, you look at where the Celtics are right now, it's very much because they had the pick assets over the years, they had the young players, and they didn't make an aggressive stab at going in on a star. And they had multiple chances. Again, you probably feel good that you didn't do the Davis one right now, but would you have done the Kawhi one if you look back on it? Would you have sent those picks out for depth in the years where you probably did have a championship team? Again, I think you did the right things roster-wise over those years to put a team that if it was healthy in contention, at least be there in the finals. But when it wasn't healthy and the depth started getting tested, you blew through so many picks as Danny Ainge in that time. And now you're in a position again where you have all your future picks. You can either wait for them or wait for the perfect deal or get very aggressive now with them. Send quite a few of them out that looks right now. But we talked about this the other day when you weren't here, Jimmy. Say you send out 4 picks, pick swaps, whatever you want to say, 3 unprotected, 1 future protected, couple pick swaps, whatever, amounts to 4 or 5 for whatever you're going to do here. If you're still good and you still have Brown or Tatum at that point, you're not going to feel bad that you gave those up in 5-6 years. And you're going to feel terrible if you're waiting for another young guy next year to come to fruition when he's 19 or 20 years old and the Tatum and Brown duo is just struggling to produce the offense that the team needs and not getting much help around them. Like, I just think it's a no-brainer right now to consolidate. You can't wait till the offseason because this is going to go off the rails.
All right, let's make all our email jokes now as we talk about our sponsor, LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com. It's actually LinkedIn.
You know what? I actually disagree. I think email. So this whole thing is LinkedIn.com/Garden to post your first job.
It's LinkedIn Talent Solutions. It's when you're looking to hire people.
Should be going to it to look for talent, not to look for a job. You should be going to it to look for talent because that's what you would be using this for.
Okay, we'll flip it. It's a much better joke, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. It just makes more sense. It makes way more sense.
Is Sabonis on there?
I don't know if he's
Connect
on
me
LinkedIn.
With Sabonis. If the Celtics were looking for their candidate right now on LinkedIn, jobs, you are gonna put in high post initiator, big man scorer, point touches, all that different kind of stuff they're missing right now, and Domantas Sabonis is gonna pop up.